We found out where the chicken came from in that previous story where we talked about the chicken. It's the people
You'll
behind.
see chickens roaming around in the area.
What?
Yeah, I think they live, well, they live anywhere they want, but let's see, where are we? Yeah, maybe like 2 blocks down that way. They were supposed to be a little chicken coop, but apparently
They flew the coop.
Yeah, they
Stop.
did.
Oh
So
my
now they're
gosh.
crossing the road.
Well, the city of Bowling Green is really expanding its greenways and making way for people on bikes.
Yeah.
You take your life in your hands when you get on the road on a bike, right?
You do, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be much more enjoyable. You know, there's a lot of people ride bikes for different reasons. Transportation, for fun, for exercise, for training. And all of that is that they're outside being active, you know. We want to promote that. Our menus here are very healthy menus. And I like to be outside whenever I can. I also love running. I'm pretty big in the running community and cycling community. And to me, it just makes sense that the two can blend very, very well.
When you were training, you said triathlon?
Yes.
For biking, which is, of course, in most cases, running, swimming, and biking.
Yes.
Yes. And so how do you prep for that?
Oh gosh, how much time do you have? Yeah, you just have to. The races that I did were really, really long races, and I was approaching 20 hours a week of training. So it's basically a part-time job, not getting paid for. So it really takes a lot, and the family has to be on board. You know, I would show Crystal basically the route, like on the bike, because I would be on the bike for 6-7 hours.
Yeah, in the event that you didn't show back up.
Yeah, so
here's where I was.
So what she did, she put the kids in a car, and they would meet me roughly, and they would give me a banana out of the car window, whatever, or something to drink, whatever, and then that's how we did it. So I recommend anyone who wants to train in these long endurance races, the family has to be on board, or it's going to be a miserable time for both.
But what about you as the athlete? You know, sure, you got to be in shape, you got to train, but there's a mental focus that
for sure.
A lot of people would say these people are a little crazy, but
There's a little bit of crazy involved. I have this really good talent of shutting my brain down, so that
That's a gift.
flies.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah,
Just,
I just shut it down, and then I could go for hours, and it does not bother me at all. I may get lost, like, oh, I forgot to take that turn. I got to go back 20 more miles. But no, it takes some discipline, you know, physical and mental discipline for sure.
Okay, so we talked, and kind of jokingly, but really seriously, talked about getting on the road on a bike, 2 wheels, and you may know what you're doing, but the general public, I think, really needs to be educated.
Yeah, it most certainly, and that's on both parties. You know, the motorist and the cyclist. Both of them need to be aware of all the traffic laws, and all traffic. Some parts of Bowling Green can get very, very congested. I avoid those roads. You know, I'm out in the country where I'll maybe see 2 cars in 3 hours. You know. But some people, that's their transportation. You know, they're in town on a bicycle. That's how they get to work. That's how they get to home. So everybody really needs to be aware of cyclists, and cyclists is being more and more prevalent in the neighborhoods. So we just, like I said, respect on both sides, I think, is the best way to handle that.
Do you envision a time like all around Bowling Green, no cars, just bikes?
It would be nice.
Yeah.
I understand there is a need for cars. For the restaurant, I do a ton of shopping, and so I can't imagine.
Can't put that on your back.
Yeah, I carry it around on my shoulder.
Right.
So there are, a need, for cars, but it would be nice to see less cars and more bikes.
Well, continued success to you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for sharing your
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
We've
I
been talking to
enjoyed it.
Patrick Folker, who is the owner-proprietor, along with his wife, Crystal, of the Bike Rack Bistro in Bowling Green, where they let us come and hang out this morning on Coffee Nearly. So be sure to continue the conversation on social media, and, of course, let us know who you'd like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with. Who would you like to have a cup of coffee with?
My wife.
Oh, good answer.
Because we don't get enough of that.